Morning, Nick Ayton here. Just a short conversation as I do my morning walk, talking about funding and raising capital, and if you're a project owner or a founder or an entrepreneur, how's that been for you? And we talked about the impacts of the pandemic. We've talked about different collateral and assets. We're now talking about different strategies, and we've just started talking about the Middle East, which is my particular favourite region. So once you've identified that the Middle East has something to offer potentially, it's important to think about how you get on the ground, because that's essential. We can introduce your project to lots of people, and yes, you can have a telephone call or a Zoom call, but the deals that get consummated are when the founders and entrepreneurs are on the ground. And we quite often invite projects to some of our events, which are family office events or investor events. We more frequently will organise roadshows for a business. So we actually curate and identify the right conversations, whether it's with a ministry, a regulator, a sovereign fund, a family, a ultra high net worth, or other forms of investment. And the whole process is sort of managed and curated and steered, if you like. And the reason for that is to maximise your time on the ground. We always advocate that you've got to be on the ground. Ideally, go on the ground at various times throughout the year, and always be prepared to get on a plane and follow up, because they're not necessarily going to chase you. And that's a mistake that a lot of founders I find make, is that they have a couple of conversations and then they complain that the investor or the family's gone quiet. But culturally, they expect you to do the chasing, but not be a pest. But it's important that you do the chasing, and it's another part of the regional and cultural differences that you have to think about. But you have to be on the ground. You have to meet them. You have to greet them, and the entire Middle East culture is all about empathy. It's all about building that sense of trust. And after all, you're going to be asking for families, high net worth individuals to trust you with their capital. And equally, that doesn't come overnight, and it takes a little bit of time. So if you're of the mentality that you get on the phone, yeah, they've got loads of money, they'll deploy it, they can afford to lose it, you'll never raise capital. You have to be very sympathetic to the needs of the region. And it's a lot of founders we've worked with let themselves down at the last hurdle quite often. They've done so well, and then they get they smell the opportunity, and then they press too hard, and then it all goes pear-shaped. But we'll talk about that on the next call, because there are things you should do. There's do's and don'ts, and but hopefully we'll cover that next time. Talk soon.